This is my lesson based on Lacey Walker Nonstop Talker by Christiane Jones, illustrated by Richard Watson. This is a Tier 1 intervention lesson. It's a lesson for all students to help teach good listening skills so fewer problems rise in the future. There are 3 tiers of interventions. The bottom tier, or Tier 1, is for all students. Like I said, it just helps establish behaviors that all students need to know. The middle tier, or Tier 2, is for some students that need extra help and practice. And the top tier, or Tier 3, is for very few students. They're usually the ones that are in special education. The character count standards for this lesson are social emotional 2.6, patience and pose, 3.5, effective communication, and 4.1, executive function. I'm going to tell you a story about a time that I couldn't get one of my friends to listen to me. So one day I was trying to tell my best friend about a really great book I had just finished reading. I was very excited about it. It was one of the best books I had ever read, and I thought that she would really like it and might even want to read it. But my friend only wanted to talk about a new song she had learned in a music class that day. She kept interrupting me and making it seem like she didn't care about what I had to say. It really upset me. I was so excited about my book, and she didn't seem to care or even stop to really listen to what I had to say. I probably could have said anything, and she wouldn't have heard or noticed. Now, my friend later apologized for being disrespectful, and so did I. We were both so focused on what we wanted to say that we were forgetting to listen to each other and wait our turn to say what we wanted to say. But if we hadn't apologized and we continued to talk over each other all the time, we might both have lost a friend. That's why it's really important to be respectful to others and take responsibility for our own actions. And that's what we're going to learn how to do today. We are going to learn some good listening skills and how to practice them. I want you to turn and talk to your neighbor about a time that you could not get someone to listen to you. And talk about how that made you feel. Now we're going to read a book about listening called Lacey Walker Nonstop Talker. Lacey Walker Nonstop Talker by Christiane Jones, illustrated by Richard Watson. Lacey Walker was quite the little talker. She liked to talk and talk and talk. Lacey, please stop talking and eat your lunch, chided her mom. Lacey, less talking and more listening, scolded her teacher. Lacey, please quit talking. I can't hear my movie, shouted her brother. Lacey, please stop talking and brush your teeth, sighed her dad. Nothing could quiet little Lacey. She talked and talked and talked. But on one gloomy Monday morning, all that talking caught up with her. Lacey Walker lost her voice. She tried to whisper. She tried to shout. She tried to sing, but nothing happened. Lacey moped through breakfast. However, it didn't take her nearly as long to eat since she couldn't talk. Lacey even had time to finish her homework. I'm really on a roll this morning, she thought. Lacey moped on her way to school. However, Lacey realized her friend Nadine told great jokes and was really funny. Odd that I never noticed that before, Lacey thought. Lacey moped all day at school. However, she finished all of her work and got a gold star for listening. Never gotten a gold star before, she thought. That night, Lacey wasn't quite so mopey. She grabbed a snack and watched a monster movie with her brother. He was right, she thought. This movie is awesome. And when her dad came upstairs, Lacey was ready for bed. Her teeth were brushed, her pajamas were on, and she was lying quietly in her bed. They even had time to read 2 extra books. The next morning, Lacey woke up feeling great. Not only could she talk again, but she could whisper, she could shout, she could even sing. "This is the best day ever," Lacey declared. Lacey raced downstairs, talking the entire way. "Oh my goodness, I have so much to say," Lacey said. "Nadine is hilarious. Gold stars are the best. I like monster movies. But first, I'm going to eat my breakfast," Lacey said with a smile. And as Lacey quietly ate her breakfast, her family talked, and she listened. Lacey Walker still liked to talk and talk and talk. But she liked to listen once in a while, too. The end. Some good listening skills we should all remember to use include looking at the person who's talking, waiting your turn and not interrupting, and responding kindly and appropriately. So use nice words and tone, and be sure your response relates to what has just been said. And now it's activity time. We're going to practice our good listening skills. To do this, we need to be in groups of 3. So count off 1 to 3. Each group is going to come to the front of the room, one group at a time, and show us what you think bad listening looks like and what you think good listening looks like. After each group goes, we'll discuss why what they did was good or bad listening. Now that we've practiced our good listening skills, turn and talk to your neighbor again and share 3 things you have learned about being a good listener today. Make sure you listen to and remember what your neighbor says, as you'll be sharing it with the rest of the class. It's quick write time! I'm going to pass around a quick write activity for you to do independently in class that looks like this. When you're done, you need to turn it in, and your finished quick write activity is your ticket to recess today. I also have a letter for you to bring home and go over with your families about what good listening is and how they can help you practice your good listening skills. And that's the end of our lesson. Yay!